Do you believe that there is a fix for imposter syndrome? Where has imposter syndrome come from? Or when was it discovered? Well, absolutely, there is a fix, but only if you are ready to fix the problem. Imposter syndrome is a phenomenon that was discovered around the 1970s, but is only more recently being publicly acknowledged within the workplace. It is when successful or high-achieving individuals doubt their competence and hold back from taking risks simply because of the fear of failure. Employees can express imposter syndrome in various ways, such as acting insecure about their abilities, second-guessing their decisions, and being afraid of taking on new challenges. Now, leaders are in a unique position to help combat imposter syndrome in the workplace. Now, by encouraging their employees to take breaks and vacations, acknowledging and rewarding their accomplishments, and fostering their psychological well-being. This is key. So that is when you can begin to help people with imposter syndrome within the workplace, but also yourself. Now, one of the barriers or main barriers preventing leaders from reaching their full potential isn't because they're missing the right skill sets, nor is it experiencing training or those experiences. The biggest roadblock is the lack of confidence, and which we know as imposter syndrome. So I'm going to share a scenario with you here, two scenarios. So the first one is Adam. Now, Adam is he's a high-achieving new manager at a technological company. Now, Adam graduated at the top of his class. He was recently promoted and now oversees a team of 5 other developers. Despite his achievements and obvious aptitude that he has, Adam worries that he's not knowledgeable enough to lead his team effectively. Second scenario, there's Maria. Maria is an accomplished executive who has a hard time starting projects, especially when they are for the senior leadership team. At the root of her procrastination problem is a concern that any tiny mistakes will expose her as a fraud, which she believes she is. So I'm asking the question here, what is going on here in these two scenarios? What can you understand about their thinking patterns, their confidence levels? Why are high potential employees afraid to step into the spotlight? I would love it if you could share your thoughts on these two scenarios, and if you've had any experiences as well to do with imposter syndrome, or you know of anyone who has, or even that you've had to help somebody through these kind of symptoms of feeling like a fraud, not good enough, all these things that you don't believe in yourself. So the next thing I want to talk about is, what are your experiences and thoughts? Okay, so for me, I know that this is an area which I personally have had to work really hard on to bring the best out of me. Throughout my career, from being a figure skater or a primary teacher, and to starting up my own business, that it was vital for my success to overcome my fears of not being good enough, and also having more value and worth for myself. And through supports of coaching and really stopping and thinking about those beliefs that I have, I was able to overcome them. Or at least I know how to deal with those situations when they arise. Now, imposter syndrome can have far-reaching consequences for the organisations. When high potential individuals hold back out of fear, it can limit the leadership pipeline, or worse, produce underperforming teams. The problem is that people who struggle with imposter syndrome have distorted negative self-perceptions. This can affect their productivity and their performance. As a leader, you can play an important role in normalizing these secret thoughts, bringing them out of a place of shame. Now, in order to create a positive inclusive and collaborative culture. Now, imposter syndrome can manifest quite a bit within the workplace. These are some of the signs that you might need to look out for. So the inability to internalize achievements and downplaying their accomplishments, fear of being found out or being exposed as inexperienced or untalented. Sometimes it's the avoidance of feedback or a reluctance to ask for help on many occasions. Also, people with imposter syndrome turn down new opportunities because of that fear or that lack of belief they have in themselves. And second guessing their decisions is another one. They can't make quick, instant decisions. Overworking to the point of burnout to prove you're enough. Now that happens to a lot of us. We're just trying to prove ourselves and then we end up burning out. Failing to start or finish a project, which kind of leads to procrastination. So now, if you think this sounds like you, then this could be that you're suffering from symptoms of imposter syndrome. Now, the People Skills course can support you to break through this undesired feeling and notion of not being good enough, feeling like a fraud, not qualified enough, all these negative thoughts and feelings and symptoms. Now, if you want to read more about how we can help you with imposter syndrome, just click on the link below and have a read and get in touch with us. If not, please do share your thoughts around this, because this is massive, and especially now with these unprecedented times, people are feeling a lot more uneasy and not confident, and where are they going in terms of their business or even in their personal life. Thank you for listening and continue to share.